So in what is the most confusing free agency signing maybe in the history of basketball, not just in WNBA history, possibly in the history of basketball, this is the most confusing free agent signing, and it's Bree Jones to the Atlanta Dream. The Atlanta Dream. So, the Atlanta Dream, during the week, signed the slowest center in the WNBA. Today, they have signed the second slowest center in the WNBA, who is replacing the third slowest center in the WNBA in Tina Charles. Jones spent her entire career in the Connecticut zone where she emerged a front-court presence. She was 2021 Most Improved Player and 2022 Sixth Player of the Year. Okay, fine. She was an all-star last year. She was iffy in the playoffs. She'd have a good game, then she'd have a terrible game. But why has she gone to the Atlanta Dream? What are they going to do? And the Atlanta Dream literally have a coach whose whole MO is they want to run up and down and play fast. That's all the Atlanta Dream want to do, is they want to run up and down and play as fast as humanly possible. But they have signed Bree Jones, who wants to slow down and play back to the basket, to play beside Brittany Griner. Have they just said, you know what? The three-point shot? Nah. Nah, we don't care about that old three-point shot anymore. What is going on, Atlanta? Atlanta Dream, I want you to put the word out there that we back up. Atlanta is lining up to be contenders. What do you mean contenders? They don't have... What? How are they meant to do anything? They've got one of the fastest players in the league, Alicia Gray, and a super fast point guard, and they have then got the two slowest centers how can they play together? Well, that wasn't on the radar. If I had a nickel for every time the Atlanta Dream signed an all-star center in free agency, I have 2 nickels.
2 nickels, which isn't a lot. I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
In fairness, good meme. Good meme. In fairness, this dude. Oh, I didn't realize who that was. Okay, it's one of the guys from the No Cap podcast. He's also the one that made the joke for, the who's gonna tell the kids from the Connecticut Sun that Alyssa Thomas won't be coming to their birthday parties anymore. Walker Kimbrough is gonna be a really good bench player, in fairness. Bree Jones. Last week, Rachel Gal again talked about the move being in the work. Curious how this lines up with Brittany Griner. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Tanisha Wright right now. Like, you know what? This team might have suited Tanisha Wright, for God's sake. Like, they literally hired Carl Smesco, who likes to run up and down and play ultra-fast basketball, and the GM gave him the slowest team possible to work with. Like, there is no way in hell the Atlanta Dream. And yes, I misspoke to say the Atlanta Dream didn't make the playoffs last year. I forgot they won the playoff battle with the Washington Mystics. They won that matchup. But, like, the Atlanta Dream, by making, like, they made the playoffs and they lost to, they got swept by New York Liberty. They weren't actually that bad in the playoffs. Game 1 was extremely close. But still, it's I don't get this. Like, I don't get this. What Bree Jones and Brittany Griner, that'll be interesting to see how those lineups work. So they advertise a game for TD Garden with none of their stars returning and expects us to buy tickets. Fair. Like, honestly, if Dejanay Carrington is, like, what are they going to do with Dejanay? Like, they have to get their pick back. They actually have to get their pick back. So they might have to give Dejanay to the Sky. They actually might. The Sky own their pick. They might actually have to sign and trade Dejanay to the Sky to get their pick back. Like, that is, like, that's mental. That is absolutely mental. A brand new frontcourt pairing her and Brittany Griner, filling out a formidable starting 5. How exactly can you have 2 giants? Like, what? Griner to Atlanta made sense. Bree Jones to Atlanta makes sense. But Griner and Bree Jones, bro, 5s. Would be very expensive platoon at center. How can they play together? Like, this makes no sense. Everything. If you play as a 4 or 5, head to Mohegan. The Suns need bigs bad. Nalissa Smith, you might be a Connecticut Sun. It looks like Atlanta are trying to build something. Is Atlanta trying to be a real threat next year? I'm sorry, how is 2 non-shooting slow bigs? How the hell is that making Atlanta a threat? Like, 2 back-to-the-basket bigs. What is that going to do? Genuinely, what is that going to do at all? There is no way in hell that this works. Who's going to start where? I actually don't understand this. You've literally got the 2 slowest centers in the league and expect them to play with each other. The Aces can't get a center. She was on my wish list. Aces can't afford her. They gave 2 max contracts as Ryan Howard's on a rookie deal. They literally gave 2 max contracts. They can't drive to the basket. What is Alicia Gray going to do? Spot up, that's it. What are they going to do? Is Ryan Howard going to start chucking threes? I want to see what Hunter Cruz said about this. I thought the purpose of hiring Carl Semeska was to play fast and shoot threes, but then they signed 2 of the slowest footed bigs in the W, who were also non-shooters. Skill sets don't blame the Garden Wings. Curious to see what he decides to do. Guessing he's changing his entire philosophy. Yeah. Like, why would you hire a coach who literally wants to run up and down and give him the slowest team in the WNBA? And you might be saying, oh, Ryan Howard's quick. Alicia Gray's one of the quicker wings in the league. Jordan Canada's quick. Yes, it doesn't matter if you got the 2 slowest players on the court at literally all times. I'm trying to think of players maybe slower than... Brittany Griner is the slowest player in the W. Players that might be better than or slower than Bree Jones are like the 2 centers in Dallas. But like they don't play them both at the same time. It would be like playing Kalani Brown and Tiara McCown at the same time. Obviously, they're both better players than them. But this is madness. This is absolute madness what is happening. And Connecticut are blowing it up. They are genuinely blowing it up. So they need to find a way to get their pick back. Simple as that. They need to find a way, and it's probably giving this guy Dejanay Carrington. It is almost certainly giving this guy Dejanay Carrington. Or because there's no way in hell that they have an asset that the Sky want more than what is going to be a lottery pick. And you have just given the coach nothing to work with. Like, if I'm that coach, I'm calling Linskens straight away. I am trying to get the Belgium team together again. I'm calling the Valkyries, and I'm calling the Sparks. Yo, what do you want for Julie Alamont? I'm calling the Valkyries. What do you want for Julie Van Loo? And I'm trying to convince Linskens to come over. Where's Linskens this year? Where is she playing? Kiara Linskens. She's 28 years old. She's currently playing in France, which can be a bit of a problem. I'm doing whatever the hell I can to try get her to come over. And you know what? You may not have, and Emma Mason as well, you may not have a team for half the season, but you've got a better chance of winning the playoffs just literally forming Belgium. I mean that. Like, you actually have a better chance at this stage blowing it all up, trying to get your picks and forming Belgium. And if you can't get your pick, just form the Belgium national team. Honestly, if you're the Sun, that's the best thing you can do. Try to get Julie Alleman, try to get Julie Van Loo, get Emma Mason, get Linskens, get the Messi sisters. Like, are they sisters? There's 2 players of Messi on their team with their name. But just get them all. Just form the Belgian national team at this stage. And maybe, just maybe it might work out.